Hey everyone, it's Angela with Mystic Moon bringing you guys a twin flame reading. And as you can see, my cat Jax just decided to lay here, so I'm sure at some point he'll go ahead and get up. But if you guys are cat lovers, he's just making a little appearance for this reading. So anyways, I'm going to be using a new deck today. It's actually not an oracle or a tarot deck. I found it in the self-help section of Barnes & Noble. And what it's called is Talk to Me Like I'm Someone You Love relationship flashcards. So I just thought to myself, it would be really cool to incorporate these into an actual reading. And so I went ahead and messed around with them a little bit yesterday. I'm not super familiar, so it might take me a little bit of time to just kind of decipher through the messages, but I am pairing them up with the romance angels today. And as a matter of fact, I have tried to record this reading several times, in which every single time I did shuffle on camera and laid the cards out. And you know what? For this third time, with as many interruptions as I had, I just was like, you know what? I just really liked the layout. I kept it. So I'm not going to be shuffling on camera today like I normally would. I'm just leaving how I just, pulled them. So just so you guys know. But sometimes I think the interruptions happen for a reason. Maybe the messages that came through just weren't going to be right for the people that were watching. And so maybe these ones that came out this time are going to be more in alignment. But please, everyone, just take the messages as they resonate. How we're doing this today is we're doing divine masculine energies, divine feminine energies, as well as the connective energies. And what I'm doing here is the past, the present, and the future energies of this connection. Now, I am reading these cards intuitively today, so some of the words I will use as, triggers to trigger and also to just kind of showcase some of the messages that are coming through, but I might not use every single word on the cards, as well as I'll be using the images and the other cards intuitively for this reading. So just letting you guys know my style before we even get started with it. So the very first message is going to be for the divine masculine energy. These are going to be either things that are connected to the past, as in thoughts, conversations, things that may have happened in the past that are connected to the divine masculine. So what I'm getting here is the calling in your soulmate card combined with I'm in knots. I'm afraid to tell you my truth, and it's horrible feeling that I have to humor you. So I'm actually getting a variety of messages. So again, take the messages as they resonate. Don't try to make everything fit. I get for the divine masculine that he was calling in his divine feminine without even realizing it, okay? He was calling in a person that he was really wanting to connect with on a soul level, okay? He could have prayed for it. He could have just changed his life at that time in the past where he felt like he was ready. He may have been visualizing her, thinking, dreaming about a particular person. Didn't know, it's not like I'm saying, he was calling in his soulmate or he was calling in his twin flame. It may not have been the words that he had chose at the time, but it was like he wanted to call in somebody that would connect with him on a deep level, okay? Because maybe the relationships that he had up to that point were very surface level and very superficial. And so he was maybe feeling like he was ready for a change. But what I'm also getting, though, with this is that the divine masculine, when he called in this person, the divine masculine realized that he was not ready for this connection. That's just what I'm getting, okay? So that's why we have the I'm in knots. I get from that is I felt this connection. Like, wow. It just like when we came together, it was amazing. Like I'm getting that this divine masculine really felt a connection with his divine feminine in the very beginning. Okay. She rocked his world. She made him feel like, oh my God, I found my person. I connect with this person. It feels amazing to me. Okay. But what I'm getting is that shortly after that he became afraid to tell her his truth, as in I need to pull myself back because I don't know that I can trust this connection. I'm not sure that I'm ready for this kind of connection. There's something about it that's just a little too deep and a little unfamiliar to me. I know I said I was ready, but maybe I'm not ready, okay? There could have been something that was triggered within the divine masculine, that the divine feminine, like she triggered him in some way. Not that there was anything that she did that was wrong. It's just that with this connection, there was something that happened where she triggered him in such a way to where he became fearful. Okay. He became either fearful or he became repelled by something that she either said or some kind of behavior that she was exuding. Because what I'm getting next is that, and so I'm in knots. I'm afraid to tell you my truth, and it's horrible feeling that I have to humor you. So I'm getting a few things from this. Either there was something that the divine masculine needed to say to the divine feminine, but he didn't want to hurt her, so he kind of humored her. He played it casual. But I'm also getting that he was afraid of this connection, and so he played it casual because he really was in fear of revealing his true truth, which is, I'm in knots over this, I'm afraid of this connection, and I don't know how to deal with this connection, so I'm going to go ahead and use humor in expressing myself, okay? That's just what I'm getting, all of those messages. So I'm getting a divine masculine that felt like he was ready, but then when it came down to it, he was not ready, okay? And there might be a lot of guilt that he feels, or that he felt at that time, like, I know I invited you into this. I know that I invited you into this world or this connection. I felt it. I know that I invited you in. And I feel terrible now that I'm changing my mind. That's just what's coming through. So, because we do have for the connection, because this is the row of connection, we have chemistry. There was definitely a strong magnetic attraction here, okay? There was a chemistry that the divine masculine felt and the divine feminine felt, because we have her in the energy of honeymoon, as in the bliss between the two of them was just so amazing that she literally felt like just in awe of this divine masculine. They both connected to the chemistry. Now, with chemistry, sometimes our logic can fly out the fucking window. Pardon my French. It can fly out the window and we start to kind of lose the grasp of logic and 3D reality and certain things that it takes in order for long-term connections to work. So, what I'm getting here is it says, it's frightening to me that we see things so differently. So I'm getting that even though there was this amazing connection and amazing attraction between these two, somebody was reserved because they felt like they were just too different. Okay, so I'm definitely getting a trigger here. I'm getting a trigger from somebody, and I don't feel like it was from the divine feminine. And the reason why is because her words are different. Right now, I don't need a lecture, as in, I don't need to deal with this logic right now. I just want your love. I need. Do you see those two words? We have two words that are need. Need. When we are in that neediness, we lose all sight of logic and what people are trying to tell us. So, I'm also getting that while the divine feminine was feeling so good, the divine masculine may have started to realize that maybe they went too fast, okay? Maybe this amazing connection that they felt, maybe as quickly as it came in, it just kind of dissipated real quick as well. Even though we have, a twin flame connection or a soulmate connection, it doesn't mean that those feelings can't burn out. It doesn't mean that that flame will always be there, okay? We might always be connected to our twin flame, but if people are in fear or ego, that can be masked and mimicked with other feelings, such as being repelled. So where you felt a chemistry before and a pull towards your divine feminine, now you feel repelled by her. Why do you feel repelled by her? Because there's something in her that's triggering you in a negative way to where now it's making you feel differently towards her. Now you don't know how you feel towards her. You're confused by the way that you're connecting with her now, okay? Now you're realizing that I don't know if this is going to work. I'm not sure if this is what I want now. Okay, so maybe you did try to have a conversation with the divine feminine only for her to say, I don't want to listen to this right now. Maybe you're telling her. So maybe your divine masculine did tell you, divine feminine, if you're watching this. Maybe he said things to you such as, I'm just not the mirroring type. I'm not very good at commitment. I don't want to have kids. I don't want to get married. I don't want to have any of those things. Like, that's just not me. Okay. And you're just like, yeah. We're in this amazing chemistry and honeymoon phase right now. That is impossible that is going to apply to me. So we get out of that logic and we go straight into the need and we just block it all out, okay? Meanwhile, we have the divine masculine concentrating on something that is making him frightening him and making him feel like you guys are just too different, that maybe all you guys have is chemistry and sex as in a physical chemistry, but maybe there are some other things that maybe aren't a match. You guys are different in careers, you guys are different in values, you guys are different in what you want long term, whatever it is. Because what we have here is that the divine masculine called for you. So you came, you guys were brought together for a reason. But this person is two in knots. They're not ready. They are afraid, as in they are not ready to tell you their truth. They're not ready to be in a connection where they are being truthful, and they feel horrible about it that they can't be that person for you. So instead, they humor for you. They humor you. Okay? So this could be somebody that was saying all the right things, and they were just kind of going with the flow of things. They knew that it was probably just something that was, they were starting to feel uncomfortable. They were starting to feel like they weren't sure about how things were going, but yet they humored you, as in maybe they just still stayed connected to you. You guys had fun together. You guys were friends. You guys did together. And then at some point down the line, they just cut your ass off. They just cut you off, and you're just like, I don't even understand what happened. When I'm telling you, if this is a story that you're connecting with, energies that you're connecting with your divine masculine or feminine from the past, what I'm getting is that this was all done because of fear, and because somebody was projecting their own feelings onto someone else, and it repelled them. And it turned that chemistry into something else, okay? So then they went into another direction. Maybe they even felt like this wasn't my person. This wasn't my person, okay? It can't be my person. My person would have been the one that's ready. My person would have been the one that I felt on every level that was perfect. That's just what's coming through here. So what I'm getting is that this chemistry between the two of you, it was initially there, okay? It was strong enough to pull you together, but it was not strong enough and healthy enough to keep you together, is what's coming through. So you guys are too different, or were too different back then. And that's why it didn't work, is because people had to individually grow and find themselves in order to find themselves to come back together down the road. So now we're going to move into the future energies, okay? So I'm not the future, I'm sorry, the present. So the present energies for the divine masculine, we have engagement. It says your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. And we have, I know you want to repair this, but right now I just need to be in my own space. Please try not to take this personally. I love you. Okay. So these are the messages that I'm getting from the divine masculine at this present time. When it comes to having a more committed type of a relationship, taking your relationship to the next level, taking it to that higher level commitment, he's putting the brakes on presently. I know that you want to come together with me right now. I know that you probably are just like you're still feeling this, okay? You're still feeling this. You're still feeling good. Maybe you've done healing and letting go and you've grown and all that other stuff. But what I'm telling you right now is that I still need a little bit of time. I still need a little bit of space. But just try to realize that it's not you, it's me. I need to take this time in order to still find myself, to grow, or whatever that is. And the reason why is because if you want me in this higher level of commitment, and it doesn't mean actual engagement and it doesn't mean actual marriage, but as in we're going to be in a higher level commitment than where we were before. If you want something with me that we didn't have before, then you're going to have to give me a little bit of time and space. Okay? I need time to repair myself. I need time to repair, who I am as a person. So I'm just getting that as much as we may want to take this to the next step, and as much as the divine masculine too, because this is what I'm getting, okay? So some of you may have been in separation for quite some time with your divine masculine. And maybe at that time, he thought he was ready for this type of connection and he wasn't. And so maybe he went into a lot of casual types of relationships. Hell, maybe he actually met somebody shortly after you that he actually thought was the one. Okay, maybe he really did. Maybe he thought, this is my soulmate. It wasn't this person. It was actually the next person that they met or whatever. Somebody that they've met while they haven't been with you. Okay, and they were so sure that that was the person that was it for them. and something happened. Something happened. Okay? Maybe this person wanted to take their love to the next step, to take their commitment to the next level. And they're still not ready. They weren't ready when they were with you, and they're still not ready with this person either. And the reason why is because the problem is them. It's not you. It's not this person, or it's not everybody else. The problem is them, as in they have so much more work to do on themselves. They're starting to realize this is what I'm getting. The divine masculines are starting to see the error of their ways and the roles that they're playing in the past, in the present, and how things are probably going to roll out for them in the future. So what I'm getting is that they are trying to spiritually ascend to a higher level at this present time. So some of the divine masculines may be in the beginning stages of their awakening process, or they may just be starting to feel like there is something more out there that they're wanting. They're revisiting this feeling again. They want to call back in their soulmate. They want to reconnect with you even, whatever it is. They're just saying that right now they need a little bit of space because they are trying to take this commitment, as in their level of commitment, their availability to be, or their readiness to be available to a partner. They want to take it to the next level too. They want to be able to come together with somebody and actually have a serious relationship, one that is lasting, but they still have repair to do on themselves. And so the time might not be right now is what I'm getting here. We have for the divine feminine here, playfulness, okay? So it says to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine, okay? So we just had the divine masculine saying to the divine feminine that I need space right now. Just give me time. I do love you though, but give me time. Okay. So it's almost like spirit is telling the divine feminine to get more into your playful energy. Get into the lightness of your energy. In order to recapture this romance, that's the energy that you're going to have to come from. Not any expectations, not any serious pressure, not any, just that pressure. You got to get more into that playful side of yourself. And so what I'm getting here is that yes, it is about accepting things. It is about letting go of any expectations of your divine masculine, but it's also about enjoying your life in the meantime while you're still in separation with your divine masculine, okay? It literally is about to recapture this romance, you almost have to lighten up your energy. You almost have to raise your vibration. And one of the best ways to raise your vibration is to feel happy. And so in order to feel happy, we must have fun. We must allow ourselves to be lighter and to have more casual times in our life, to allow happiness in. Maybe that means to make play dates with friends or go on adventures or whatever it is. Don't worry about your divine masculine right now. It's time to jump into your playful energy so that way you can lighten up your energy. Because what I'm getting here is talk to me like I'm someone you love. The divine feminine doesn't feel like the divine masculine loves her. She's not feeling it from him. So she's taking it personally. Even though we have him right here telling her, please don't take this personally. She is taking it personally. So this kind of energy is not going to empower the divine feminine, okay? It's not going to empower her. So it's like this is the conversation she's having with herself. Well, you're not talking to me. You're not communicating with me. So you must not love me. This kind of talking to herself, this kind of information, this kind of mindset is not going to empower her. It's not going to allow her to be happy in other situations. And so I believe what the message is for the divine feminine is to listen to this message from your divine masculine. Listen to that right there. Know that he does love you, but you do need to give him time and space. So accept that. Work on accepting that. That way you can recapture your youth. You can recapture that happiness and that fun that's available to you. Maybe you're the only person that is preventing yourself from feeling good. It's not really your divine masculine. I know that we sometimes get caught up in if only he would do this, if only he would do that, then I could be happy. No, you can be happy no matter what. You can be happy regardless of what the hell is going on with him. You can be happy on your own. So they're telling you to recapture that youthful, playful side of yourself, to raise your vibration, which will then recapture this romance because your energy will shift. Your energy and vibration will change. And when it becomes lighter, And when that becomes more inviting, it's not so repellent. It becomes inviting for the divine masculine to want to return, okay? And it's not like I'm saying here that the divine feminines, have just been way too intense. They put way too many expectations on the divine masculine, and that's the reason why he's not with you. Not what I'm saying at all. I'm not putting any blame on anyone. I'm just channeling the messages that I'm seeing here. I'm just starting to feel like the divine masculine, he thought he was ready, and then he wasn't ready, okay? He thought you guys were a match. Maybe he was like, maybe I was wrong. Whatever's going on here, he needs time to figure his shit out. And so when people are trying to figure their shit out, the last thing that they need is pressure. Because if you pressure somebody that's trying to figure their shit out, what they're going to do is they're going to slam the door in your face. And the reason that I know this is because I have a lot of divine masculine energy within myself, and that's exactly how I feel when people push me. I want to slam the door in their face. So I'm speaking from personal experience, okay? So what we have for the connective energy, though, so not only do we have this amazing chemistry between these two, we have, yes, you are soulmates. Now, this deck does not have a twin flame card. Why? I have no idea, because all of Doreen Virtue's, not all of them, but a lot of her decks do have a twin flame. I think the Ascended Masters has a twin flame card, and the Angel Therapy deck has a twin flame card. Why she did not include a twin flame card in her Romance Angels deck is beyond me. But regardless, you guys are connected on a soul level. So whether this is a soulmate, whether it's a twin flame, you guys are connected on a soul level is what that card is saying, okay? Yes, this is a confirmation that this person and you are connected on a soul level. So this is present energy. You have no idea how much I regret the direction I took in this. I'm really sorry. People are sorry. So I'm getting this is really coming from the both of them. People regret the direction this took. People regret that things ended. People regret the way that they handled themselves. They regret that they couldn't be more truthful, or that maybe they just were confused and they didn't know and they didn't mean to take it in that direction, but they did anyways. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry that I took it in this direction just to pull it away. I'm really sorry I didn't know at the time what I wanted, okay? But I'm trying to figure that out. I'm working that out. But also it's like the divine feminine saying that she's also sorry for the direction she took this in. Maybe she really reacted to this rejection or this separation or whatever she's heard he's done or whatever the situation is, and she really attacked him. So she's also sorry for her behavior in the situation as well. She didn't mean to take it into this direction. Maybe the direction or the state that this union is at this present time is that maybe they haven't talked in a long time, and she regrets that too. She's really sorry, as well as the divine masculine. So what I'm seeing is that two people that kind of like just weren't ready. They weren't ready. I know the divine feminine probably thought she was ready, but maybe she wasn't ready, because again, she was so focused on the feeling and the chemistry of this connection that literally her logical side went out the freaking window. And that's what she was really needing to recognize, is that they were different, that they did not want the same things, that they probably weren't going in the same direction. But she chose to ignore it because she felt the chemistry and she was just, I'm plugged in, I need it now. And maybe she just became so almost needy that also is what repelled the divine masculine. Again, not saying the divine feminine did anything wrong, but sometimes that intensity, when somebody isn't feeling it or isn't ready for that kind of feeling on the other end, they'll usually reject you. So that could be what happened, okay? But what I am getting, though, is that both people definitely feel regret with the way that things went. They really didn't want it to get to this point, okay? They're both really sorry, for sure. But if that's something that's happened to you, the viewer that's watching this, just know that your partner is telling you that I do regret the way things went. I really didn't want this to happen this way. I am really sorry, okay? But there might be one or two of you out there that the divine masculine is telling you from the past, which is, I know that I took it in this direction. I know that I went there with you. And I know that I probably said I was ready, or I just because sometimes people are just like, I don't understand. Why would somebody say those things that he said if he was just going to break up with me, or if he was just going to go off with somebody else, or whatever the situation is. We say it all the time. It makes no logical sense why somebody would say those things or do those things or take us to meet their family or whatever if they were just planning on dumping our ass, a week later. Why would they do that? What I'm getting here is that the divine masculine didn't even know what the hell he was doing. It's like he was just going with the chemistry as well. This chemistry may have superseded his logical side too. Deep down inside, he knew that things were probably not, going in the same direction, that you guys probably weren't, a fit back then. But he kind of went with it anyways because he felt led to do that. He did feel the soul connection with you, okay? He did feel that chemistry, but he is regretful the way that he handled himself is what I'm getting. But for the present, with the connection, we do have, you guys are connected with this chemistry on a soul level. That's the connection. So let's go ahead and move into the future energies for the divine masculine. Okay, so the future energies, we have, this could be the one, so he is aware that the person that he has met is the romantic partner that he is looking for. So this is a twin flame reading. So we already know that the chemistry was there between the two of them before. We already know that he called in his soulmate, okay? His soulmate is the person that he is currently thinking at this present time, which is his twin flame, his divine feminine, okay? So in the future, now he is realizing that the person that he wants to be with, the person that he envisions spending a higher level of commitment with, is the person that he has already met, which is the divine feminine from the past. You are not being crazy, is what he says. I can see why you would be upset with me. So this is almost like a conversation in the future, words that might be expressed in the future from your divine masculine to you, letting you know that he may not have been ready then, but he knows now. He knows that you're the one. He knows that you're the person that he wants to be with. Okay, that he feels the soul connection with you. And he's telling you, you're not crazy. I can see why you would be upset with me. I can see why you might be leery of me now. I can see why you might not trust me now, because I told you I was ready then, or I was like super intense with you back then, and then I pulled it away. I can totally see now that you would be fearful of this. You're not crazy for feeling that. I could totally see why you might feel this way for sure. So I'm getting like this understanding coming from the divine masculine in the future towards his divine feminine. At least he's thinking this, feeling this, or possibly even communicating this to you through a conversation with words, okay? We have on the divine feminine side, children, and I was just reacting to you as if you were my father, and I know that you're not. So the children card here comes with a couple of messages. Now, this could be woman with child, okay? So it does say that your love life is being affected by children. But when I do see this card too, it does have to do with the past, as in when we were children, in our childhood. So I think it's interesting that we have this card that's talking about that someone is reacting to someone as if they're their father or somebody from their past that they had trouble with. So I know that you're not that person. So I realize. So what I'm getting here from the divine feminine is that in the future, towards her divine masculine, she may be getting to the core issues of her childhood or her core issues with men in general, and trying to figure out why she feels the need to act in certain ways. You're not my father. These issues or this love that I didn't feel towards my father, or this anger or this mistrust or whatever the situation is with my father or a father figure or a man, or I'm just getting a man really. Just it could be a father, it doesn't have to be, from the past. I know you're not that person, okay? I know you're not that person anymore is what I'm also getting too. Maybe the divine masculine, it's been a very long time. He's grown up. He's learned something. I know you're not that person from the past. So it's almost like he's saying, I know you're not crazy. I know that why you would be upset. I know why you might not be able to trust me. And she's telling you, well, I was just reacting from the past. I know you're not that person anymore. I'm willing to give it a second chance. Okay. It's almost like the past, they're reflecting on it, or she is specifically working on something from her past and realizing that the way that she feels about her divine masculine is rooted from her past. It's rooted to her past, and she's reacting to him because of some unresolved issues within her own. So in the future, I see her either resolving these issues or tapping into them and getting rid of those issues, or at least working on them. Or this is a conversation between her and her divine masculine, just telling him this, that the past is the past. We've grown. We're not children anymore, is what I'm getting. We're not children anymore. And because of that, moving forward, if they have issues, it's like she's telling him, I'm just reacting to you as if you're your old self. I know you're not that person anymore. That's what I'm getting, okay? And the connective energy, we have release your ex. So the key word is the time has come to clear your energy. So somebody does have to clear an energy away that's connected to the past, or an actual person that is either from the divine masculine side or the divine feminine side. So this is something that I feel is standing in the way of this connection in the future, and they have to clear this energy as well, or at least somebody does. I know I haven't made it very safe for you. Please don't give up on me. Wow. So this is somebody saying to the other person, I know I haven't made this safe for you. I do feel it's the divine masculine that's saying this to the divine feminine, because we know that he has pulled away. We know this is somebody who was afraid. We know this is somebody that had issues with either commitment or something like that. And so we know that this is somebody that's saying, I know I haven't made it very safe for you. Okay, I can see why you'd be upset with me. I can see why you don't feel safe, but don't give up on me, is what he's saying in the future. Don't give up on me. So what I'm getting here is that this is either a divine masculine that has somebody in his life right now, a karmic partner perhaps. He needs to release this partner. He needs to clear this energy out, okay? And he's telling you, don't give up on me. I know that you don't feel safe in this connection because I'm with this other person, but don't give up on me. I'm working on it. That might be why he's telling you in the present time that he's not ready right now. That could be for some of you. Some of you divine feminines could be in a relationship yourself, and you know that you need to clear this relationship out in order to come together with your divine masculine. So it's almost like your divine masculine could also be saying to you that I don't feel safe because you're with somebody else to come forward. I don't want to take a chance on this connection. You're with somebody else. I don't know if you're going to, really be done with that marriage or that connection or relationship, but it's like you're saying to him, divine feminine, I know that it seems like I know it seems like I'm not ready, or I know it seems like I'm not 100% into making this work, but please don't give up on me. I just need some time. I need some time to release this person from my energy or from my life or whatever it is. I need some time. So just don't give up on me. I know that you don't trust me, or I know that you don't trust that this is possible, but I need you to hang in there and not give up on me. So I'm getting that for some of you. It just depends on what situation you're in. You guys can both be in a relationship, and that's why it's affecting the both of you, or one person is in this situation and that's the person that's having this conversation with you in regards to an ex that they're holding on to, or just a person that they're holding on to. They need to release them. But I am also getting here, again, we do have something about the divine feminine and her childhood or their past, okay? I know I haven't made it very safe for you in regards to my behavior in the past. So it is time to clear this energy from the past, because an ex to me is really the past. Release your past. Release the pain from the past. Clear it. Be done with it. Okay? So somebody's saying, don't give up on this connection. Don't give up on me. Don't give up on me. Let's work this out. Don't give up on me. I feel like, I feel like we could get there. I might not be ready right now. In the meantime, take care of you. Do you. Have fun. Have fun while I'm trying to figure this out. Have a little bit more fun in life. We want this thing to ascend to the next level. We know we have this connection. We know that we have this chemistry in the past. We know that we'll have this feeling again. But in the meantime, maybe people just need to work on their past. They need to release things from the past, fears from the past, whatever it is. But I just see the divine masculine really coming into this energy that he originally came into with this connection. I see it coming full circle for this divine masculine. He called in his divine feminine and he didn't even know it. He didn't even know it that he did this, but he did. Okay? And that's why this amazing chemistry and this amazing connection they had in the very beginning. But for whatever reason, for all these reasons that came out possibly for some of you, he just either wasn't ready, or he thought you weren't the one. But what I'm getting here is it's full circle. Calling in your soulmate, present energy is we are connected on that soul level. I'm becoming aware of this connection, and I, in the future, realize that the person that I have already met was the one. That's what I'm getting here. They realize that the person, as in you, the person that they were with before, the person that they've already met and connected with, the person that they called in before, is the one. Okay? That's just what I'm seeing. But I also see this children card too, as in things are going to go back to the way that they were, but in a healthier way. This is a card of renewal to me as well. We come back to our past. This is like, you know, we have a chance to do this all over again because we have the playfulness card with the children. People feel alive again. People feel renewed. People feel like they came full circle. So we start here, but then we go back to this connection, which is like this connection never went anywhere. It just, people needed time and still do need time to get to the other side, which is, holy shit, the person you were in front of me all along. You were that person all along, and I couldn't see it, but I see it now. I see it now. That is so amazing. So anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed that reading. It might have felt like it was all over the place because I know that some of the messages that came through, some of the words applied, others might not have, and trying to put the cards together with the messages, I'm not sure. It was my first time ever doing a reading like this. So I hope that it made sense. Some of it resonated maybe for some of you, and if it didn't, don't worry, trash the reading. You don't need to take it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoy it. Have a great day. Bye.